Bangladesh stands at a political crossroads. For nearly 2 decades, one man has lived thousands of miles away in exile, watching his country from afar as it endured protests, authoritarianism, and bloodshed. Now, Tarique Rahman, the acting chairman of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, says the time has come for him to return home. With national elections just months away and former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina now in exile in India, Rahman's comeback could reshape not just Bangladesh's political future, but the balance of power in South Asia itself. In 2024, Bangladesh was rocked by one of the most violent uprisings in its modern history. According to United Nations investigators, more than 1,400 people were killed during months of protests Hasina's government. What began as student-led demonstrations over economic inequality and political repression soon escalated into a nationwide revolt. Under international pressure and faced with a mutiny inside parts of the armed forces, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina fled to India in late 2024. From there, she now faces charges in absentia for alleged crimes against humanity linked to the deadly crackdown. Her party, the Awami League, which had ruled the country since 2009, was banned from contesting the upcoming elections. For the first time in 15 years, Bangladesh's political landscape is wide open. For 17 years, Tarique Rahman has lived in exile in London, leaving Bangladesh in 2008 after facing a series of corruption charges under Hasina's government. During this time, his political activities were restricted by court orders that even barred the media from publishing his speeches. Now, at 58 years old, Rahman says he's ready to return. In an exclusive interview with BBC Bangla, he declared, "The time has come. I will return to stand with my people." The next election will be a turning point for Bangladesh. Political analysts believe that if the BNP wins the February 2026 elections, Rahman will become the country's next prime minister, succeeding the same family that once sent him into exile. Tarique Rahman is the son of Khaleda Zia, Bangladesh's first female prime minister, and the longtime rival of Sheikh Hasina. His father, Ziaur Rahman, was a decorated war hero who became Bangladesh's president in 1977 before being assassinated in 1981. The rivalry between the Zia family and the Hasina family has defined Bangladesh's politics for over 4 decades. Between them, the two dynasties have ruled the country for more than 30 of its 54 years as an independent nation. Rahman's return could mark a new chapter in that saga, or ignite another round of political confrontation. Relations between Dhaka and New Delhi have sharply deteriorated since Hasina sought refuge in India. Bangladesh has demanded her extradition, while Indian officials have so far declined to comment publicly. In his interview, Rahman issued a clear warning. If India has decided to shelter Sheikh Hasina and anger the people of Bangladesh, there is nothing we can do. But I must stand with my people. Analysts say India's backing of Hasina over the years, particularly during 3 controversial elections between 2014 and 2024, has damaged its reputation among ordinary Bangladeshis who view New Delhi as having supported an increasingly authoritarian regime. Trade between the two countries reached $15.9 billion in 2023, but public resentment in Bangladesh could threaten this economic partnership. Rahman rejects the claim that he masterminded the 2024 uprising which toppled Hasina's government. No one person or party led that movement, he said. It was the people, students, workers, farmers, and mothers who stood up together. This was the movement of democracy-loving Bangladeshis. Indeed, the protests were unlike any in the country's history. At their peak, hundreds of thousands of demonstrators gathered in Dhaka and other major cities demanding free elections, the restoration of press freedom, and the resignation of Hasina's cabinet. Even journalists, many of whom had fled the country during Hasina's crackdown on media, returned to support the movement. The protests forced the Bangladesh army to step in and facilitate a caretaker government, setting the stage for the 2026 polls. The February election will be the first truly competitive vote in over a decade. The BNP, rejuvenated after years in the political wilderness, is now leading early polls. However, other parties, such as Jamaat-e-Islami and the newly formed National Citizen Party, are also trying to capitalize on the political vacuum. In recent months, Jamaat's student wing has won 2 major university elections, signaling its growing influence among young voters. But Rahman insists the BNP remains the only force capable of restoring democratic order. "My mother's generation fought for democracy," he said. "Now it's our turn to protect it." Bangladesh's economy faces enormous challenges. Inflation remains above 9%. Foreign reserves have dropped from $46 billion in 2021 to under $24 billion by mid-2025, and unemployment among young people is at a record 16%. If Rahman returns and wins, he will inherit a nation in crisis, one that needs urgent political stability to attract foreign investment and rebuild public trust. He has promised sweeping reforms, including lifting restrictions on free speech and strengthening judicial independence. "We will ensure no one is silenced again," he told the BBC. For millions of Bangladeshis, especially the young protesters who risked their lives in 2024, Tarique Rahman's return is symbolic. It represents the possibility of a future beyond fear, censorship, and one-party rule. But for others, it revives memories of past corruption scandals and political violence. The question now is whether Rahman can rise above his family's legacy and truly unite the country. As February 2026 approaches, Bangladesh stands between hope and history, between the promise of democracy and the ghosts of its past. Tarique Rahman's story is more than just a political comeback. It's the story of a nation struggling to reclaim its voice after years of silence. Whether he becomes the next Prime Minister or not, his return marks a new phase in Bangladesh's long fight for democracy. Because in the end, as Rahman himself says, the real master of this movement is the people of Bangladesh.